Alright Dokkanners, welcome back to another Dokkan for Dummies video. This week we have the April Yellow Coin LR. This LR is Physical Pikkon. That's right, Pikkon gets the first non-anniversary LR this year. LR Pikkon leads Otherworld Warriors or Saviors. Key +3, HP, attack, and defense plus 200%. That's right, Yellow Coin LRs are 200% leaders now. It's not just carnivals. Let's take a look at Pikkon's passive. Pikkon's passive skill gives the following. For stats, he gets Key +3, attack and defense plus 250%, an additional attack and defense plus 180% when attacking with 18 or more key, and he changes a random key type to rainbow, physical excluded. Defensively, this is where Pikkon is a little weak. He only has a 50% chance to dodge. Now let's get into the good stuff. Obviously, since this is a Yellow Coin LR, it's locked behind restrictions. So with an Otherworld Warrior or tournament participant ally on rotation, Pikkon supports all allies by giving them Key +3 and attack and defense plus 40%. Some really solid supporting right there. In slot 2 or 3, Pikkon guards all attacks, he has a 50% chance to crit, and he gets an additional 20% chance to dodge. He also gets an additional that has a 50% chance to be a super. And then only in slot 2 and only once, Otherworld Warriors or tournament participant allies get a damage reduction of plus 10% for 2 turns. Kind of like a discount version of what Super Saiyan 4 Goku does. So all in all, if used properly in slot 2 or 3 with the ally restriction met, Pikkon will guard, you'll have 50% crit chance, you'll have a 70% dodge chance, you will support, and you'll get an additional that has a 50% chance to be a super. It's not too bad if you ask me. Now let's get into the fun stuff. You see Pikkon over here, he gets serious. What do I mean by that? On turn 4, from the startup battle, so a great condition, Pikkon will be able to get serious. Essentially, you can think of it as like a transformation. Pikkon takes off all his weighted clothing and he starts to focus on himself more. What do I mean by that? Well, let's take a look at his passive once he gets serious. The passive skill for serious Pikkon is as followed. For stats, Pikkon gets Key +5, attack and defense plus 300%, and an additional attack and defense plus 50% when attacking, and he still rainbow orb changes, but he also gets an additional 2 key per rainbow orb. Defensively, now we're taking it up a notch. He automatically guards, and he has a 70% dodge chance right off the bat. He also gets Key +3 and an additional 10% dodge chance before receiving that first attack in the turn. Now for the good stuff. This time, there's no restrictions. Kinda. So he has a 70% chance to crit off rip. Great stuff. The kind of restrictions, not really, is his key level. He gets an additional attack and defense plus 70% if key is 12 or more, another 100% if it's 18 or more, and then just for attack, an additional 150% if key is at 24. With key being 24, he's also guaranteed to land his blows, so there's no dodging these attacks. As a fun bonus, for every rainbow orb he gets an additional attack plus 30%, and he gets an additional 10% chance to crit, meaning with just 3 rainbow orbs, he gets a 100% chance to crit. And don't forget, he rainbow orb changes, so he sets himself up for success. Now let's take a look at Pikkon's super attack effects. So in base, Pikkon's 12 key, the burning shoot, raises attack and defense plus 50% for 1 turn and causes colossal damage to the enemy. It also lowers enemy defense by 50%. Pikkon's 18 key, the Hyper Tornado, raises attack by 50% and defense by 100% for 1 turn and causes mega colossal damage to the enemy. It also lowers enemy attack by 50%, so you really want to be shooting for the 18 key. Now let's talk about when Pikkon gets serious. Serious Pikkon, his 12 key stays the same, but his new 18 key super, Thunder Flash, raises attack and defense by 100% for 1 turn and causes mega colossal damage to the enemy. Now let's take a look at Pikkon's animations, including both 12 and 18 keys and when he gets serious.
I know how strong you are. We're just getting started.
that's a serious guy. Let's take a look at Paikon's links. So Paikon's link set, with all links at link level 10, is as follows. A Supreme Warrior, which is Ki +2 and attack +10%. Experienced Fighters, which is attack +15%. Shocking Speed, which is Ki +2 and defense +5%. Cold Judgment, which is defense +25%. Otherworld Warriors, which is attack +20% and defense +10%. Fierce Battle, which is attack +20%. And Legendary Power, which is attack +15% when performing supers. Not the greatest link set, but after getting serious, he does link 6 out of 7 with the AGL ECA Paikon. So he has a great linking buddy. Now, what do I think is the best case scenario for the LR Paikon? 2 ways of running him, in my opinion. Either a great support or one punch man. What do I mean by this? Paikon is a great support on a great team in his base form. He can operate as a floater until you want to use his damage reduction support. Obviously, as long as you meet his restriction for his support, he's going to be great for the rest of the team. Because Otherworld Warriors is fantastic. You have the 10th anniversary LRs, you have Tech Gogeta, you have some great hitters. So Paikon in a floating supporting role is great. And then if you want to get serious, he deals a ton of damage in his serious form. In exchange for losing his support, he himself becomes stronger. He's able to do all the things that he needs the extra restrictions for on his own, right? He gets the guard automatically, he gets the 70% dodge chance. He himself is a better unit, but the team sort of loses the little cushion he provides as a support character. If you want to think about it in Marvel Rivals terms, he went from support to a DPS. My hidden potential build recommendation is additionals, then dodge, then crit. Additionals is the main thing missing from his kit after he gets serious, and then even before he gets serious, he only has 1 additional. So you might want to tack on some points there. Dodge is his main defensive ability for supers, so I will always recommend dodge. He has no built-in damage reduction other than his damage reduction support, so obviously dodge all the way. And then he has crits. Please don't add this. In his serious form, he can get up to 100% crit chance, so you don't need it there. In his base, he has a 50% crit chance, but he already doesn't hit as hard, so if you really want him for the damage, you go into his serious form, right? Don't do crit. Do like raw defense or something else. Don't do crit. Now, as far as categories go, since this is a Paikon and not, something more relevant like a Kid Buu or, anything from GT or anything like that, he is on very low categories. He is on tournament participants, worthy rivals, otherworld warriors, saviors, story figures, and Battle of Wits. A total of 6 categories, 2 of which he's the leader of. 1, story figures, which doesn't have a leader skill. It's a very small category. Worthy rivals, that needs a new leader skill. And then obviously tournament participants because of the cell, meaning that he is a tournament participant character in a tournament participant celebration. So very small amount of categories. Now the age-old question, should you summon? Nope. To be fair, for what it's worth, Paikon's really good. I say he's above average to maybe really solid, like especially compared to last year, which was the LR Ginyu Force in this time slot. Ooh, Paikon's league above him. Paikon is actually runnable. Think of it this way: Paikon is runnable, and the team you run him on does not suck. The really bad part is Paikon comes out right before the Golden Week TURs. Literally, Paikon's gonna drop this week, and then next week the TURs get announced and then get released. So you have to save and you have to summon the Golden Week TURs. I'm so sorry, Paikon, you finally got your LR, and we're not gonna summon for you. We being anyone who watches this video, so I'm gonna summon for him. With all that being said, thanks for watching. What do you think of the new LR Paikon? Do you think it should have been someone else? Let me know in the comments down below. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Sayonara.